What is up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about Big Brother Can 4, episodes 13 and 14. This is Reality Room Podcast, episode 9.
Yep, that's right, guys. So as you guys remember from last episode, Tim just pulled his bullshit BB Australia thing with his
Gummy koalas.
a little gummy koala action, and who are the two people that were nominated on the block by the house, Chris?
Dallas and Ramsey were both nominated for eviction.
That's right. Dallas had 30 gummy koalas, ooh, and Ramsey had a meager 9 gummy koalas. What do you think about Dallas having so many gummy koalas? It seems like
Who gives a fuck?
I guess everyone kind of wants them out, don't they?
Yeah, they kind of want him out, but we find out later that a lot of people have different opinions and different perspectives on the situation at hand.
That's right, guys. So we'll get back to that later. But first off, let's talk about their initial reactions.
Okay, so Ramsey's pissed off. He's crying like, I'm on the block. Maddie's also pissed because her only ally's on the block. It's like, well, whatever. And then we have like a little snippet video of Levine and Kelsey. They're starting to gather intel about this. Like, oh my god, did you see that? Tim's like using the gummy koalas to like, get this whole shit rolling.
Yeah, they had Levita feeling like kind of bad for Dallas because they know like the whole house voted for him, and it was kind of it's just kind of like a little sad moment. And they were like, oh yeah, we were both on the block. We were both so upset when it happened. Kelsey's like, don't cry. We was like, we're gonna cry. Kelsey's like, don't cry.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, calm down. I don't know what's going on here. Are these two like best friends?
That was
now?
that was an awkward moment.
I feel like they gotten pretty close from there.
Yeah, they're like biffs now.
Yeah, total biffs.
Like they're even biffs in the diary room. Like they're always together now. Beautiful. I hope they're like that forever.
Yeah, they did bring them both in the house, but we'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, so Ramsey's crying. Maddie's trying to help out. Maddie wants to go to the final 2 with Ramsey. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
Well, I mean, for game purposes, Maddie going to the final 2 with Ramsey might not be too bad because Ramsey hasn't done so much so far.
Well, we find out later that there's more to the cake than the whipped cream.
Definitely more to the cake than to the whipped cream. All right, so back to the episode.
Cassandra's telling Tim to put up Maddie as like a backdoor option.
Uh-huh.
Tim knows, we see in the diary room, Tim knows, Maddie's controlling me in this game.
Cassandra is.
Cassandra's controlling me in this game for what she thinks. I know exactly what she's doing. She just wants to have her own people her own people that she wants out up on the block, and Tim sees right through her.
Can I just say this, though? Like, even though Tim says he sees right through her, she still gets her way anyway.
Yeah.
So if she gets,
well, she was on the block before, so.
But if she gets,
she can get her way.
It was like 3 weeks ago. But if she gets her way, doesn't that mean that she is manipulating him? Because he had opinions before that have changed because of Cassandra.
She's not getting her way because Tim knows that Cassandra's trying to manipulate him. So he's not being manipulated because he's self-aware that he's getting manipulated.
I think she's getting her way. So me and Chris have a disagreement.
No, it's not a disagreement because you're saying that she's manipulative, but people know that she's trying to get her way.
Well, she's trying to get her way. I'm not saying she's like she's not maybe she's not manipulating her way into doing it, but in the long run, she's still getting her way.
That's what I meant.
And
that's what I meant.
In retrospect, isn't that what you want anyway, whether you're manipulating or not?
Yeah.
And Tim kind of does, value her opinion on things, I think. And we'll see more about that later, fellas.
We find out that Dallas has a lot of respect for Joel. Time to pick players for the veto competition.
Dun, 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 dun.
Tim picks Cassandra. Dallas picks Jared.
Which is funny because Tim asked Dallas, who don't you want to play against in the veto? And Dallas is like, Jared. And Dallas is the one that picks Jared.
He's like, fuck this.
And he's like, who do you want to play against? Cassandra. And they both get picked.
Yeah. And Ramsey picks Mitch. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Phil's hosting it.
I'm pretty sure Mitch throws every competition he's in. I mean, has he won anything?
He's pulling a Derek. Can someone please, for the love of God, I don't want a repeat of 16.
Mitch isn't as manipulative as Derek was, because people see right through him.
Because they know season 16's bullshit.
I guess they do, yeah. They probably do.
Season 16 is prerequisite of getting on Big Brother because you're
basically. So
they have to watch that season.
So after they pick pairs for the veto competition, Ramsey and Dallas have a little talk. They're like, okay, well, we didn't have the players we wanted playing.
Yeah.
However, I respect you. I know you respect me. Yada yada. Whichever one of us win, it's
whatever.
Battle it out like gentlemen, basically.
So they have to throw a ball 300 times back and forth without dropping it on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, while this competition's going on, Dallas gets 150, and he drops it.
And he gets so mad. He just breaks part of the thing. Being sportsmanlike, I mean, okay, but I actually found it to be pretty amusing.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny.
I mean, pissed off.
I mean, I understand he's upset, obviously.
And he's a little chubby too, so it's kind of
okay. All right, so I guess Chris is fat shaming people.
I'm not fat shaming. He was just sweating a lot, and I felt bad.
Okay, calm down. Well, a lot. It was definitely very strenuous.
Yeah, it was.
Most of the house.
I just feel bad because he got halfway through, and then it just falls on the floor, and they have to do that all over again.
I feel.
It reminds me of it's pretty much the same concept as Big Brother US when Clay won the veto competition and Big Brother 15 won Amanda Zuckerman, but they were doing it left and right, but they're doing that around, and they're trying to
Yeah.
It's a little different that time.
Yeah, I think it's definitely different. I think.
Do you think that it's easier doing it that way when you're throw the ball this way than back and forth?
I don't know. I think it might have been harder for BB Canada because I remember in BB 17, it was 2 players, wasn't it? Sometimes they had 2 players, or maybe that was BB 16 for the 2 HOHs. They had the teams passing back and forth. Was that something?
That wasn't in. No, Big Brother 17 was when the Clay won the veto, but it was the squirrel one where he had throw the ball back and forth. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same concept as this one right now.
I'm thinking that's something completely different.
What was that in Big Brother 16? Oh, you're talking about Battle of the Block? I'm trying to remember.
But not even Battle of the Block. Maybe I think it was the HOHs and it was picking the 2 HOHs, and I think whatever team won probably got it. I don't know. Whatever I'm thinking of, I'm sure it's long gone.
Remember that.
Let's get back to episode 13. So not only did Dallas drop his, but
Jared's kind of intimidating him a little bit, keep the pace up, Dallas, keep the pace up. And Dallas is just whatever.
Jared,
then we see Jared getting close, but then he doesn't, and then we find out that Ramsey wins it.
Woo! Go!
Ramsey wins a Golden Powder veto. Congratulations, Ramsey, for making yourself useful.
Ramsey making himself useful, guys.
We're starting to get there. You got 1 point.
Yeah.
Got 99 more to go. Nikki's upset about Maddie. Nikki calls Maddie the poisoned one.
Jesus, that seems. I mean, I completely agree, but 100%.
The poisoned one? What is she, the queen from Snow White?
I mean, let's face it here. Maddie's. She needs to go.
She needs to
She needs to go. Today.
ASAP.
It's she needed to go today.
She needed to go weeks ago.
She still needs to go.
Levita and Kelsey, going back to them, are laughing about Phil having the tampons in his nose while they were playing Truth or Dare.
Oh, right.
They were playing Truth and Dare. Joel was streaking.
Oh my god. I feel like the house guests
they're just so bored in that house.
The house guests just have a bad impact on Joel, I think. He's just so innocent, guys. What are you doing to him? What are you doing to poor Joel?
I mean, if this Big Brother thing is help, does that mean that Joel's going out next week? Because, Jace was streaking in Big Brother, 17, and he just went out.
Yeah, and Dallas...
Is that a pattern?
And Dallas said he was considering going nude for a day for votes, if you guys remember from our updates last time.
Oh, God.
I don't believe that happened. But if it did, they don't show it. They wouldn't show it on the live feeds.
All right, so the end of this episode, it's Mitch's birthday. We find out he's a super fan. It was his dream to be here. He's a super fan. He was his boyfriend Greg. He was with for 9 years. He's crying about it. He's upset.
Hashtag ASAP Science.
Yeah. Royal talks to Mitch, and Tim tells Maddie about. Oh, okay, I'm gonna switch it. Yeah.
Tim talks to Maddie
about the koalas, and Maddie starts crying, and Maddie really, really hates the brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, this is what I'm surprised that Maddie got, because I remember I was watching this on the live feeds, at least looking at the updates. Is Maddie surprised that she had the third most amount? I mean, it's Dallas 1, Ramsey 2. Who the hell do you think's gonna be third?
I know.
Maybe the third person that's been in that alliance this whole time.
What did she think it was, Jared?
And maybe she pissed everyone off last week. Maybe people are upset with her. Is this so hard to believe? What are you laughing at?
It's just funny. So the veto ceremony goes on. Ramsey says, this is fun. This part's actually pretty funny. You get 2 points now. Congrats, Ramsey. I have decided not to use the power of veto.
Holy shit.
On Dallas.
Yeah,
Coldness Ramsey.
was
And then Maddie gets on the block, and that ends that episode.
And they're all talking. It's like Maddie's like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
I can't believe I'm on the block. This is ridiculous. I don't care.
Whatever. She just wants to nail Ramsey and get every girl out of the house, basically.
And you're cheating on your boyfriend, and you went from being with Nicholas to Ramsey.
Well,
And that's
I have no opinion on this.
Stupid.
No opinion. It's just Maddie's stupid.
Episode 14, guys. We're going to be talking about episode 14.
Ba, 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 ba.
It's the 90-minute episode.
It was
After
90
the-
minutes, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That
So,
was very weird.
quick caveat, guys. I did not watch this episode, so I will be commenting on things that I hear. So, Chris buddy, go on.
Okay. So this episode, Kelsey and Levita, they share a diary room session. What does it say? Levita and Maddie, nothing, she says. Okay, so Levita says that nothing that Maddie says matters because she's a floater. What the fuck? Hugging each other. I don't know.
Well, I mean, in Maddie's defense, she did go after, like, a big player. So, to say that she's a floater is maybe a little much.
Yeah, but she's like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why people would think.
So everyone's like hugging each other, and Dallas says Maddie's playing selfish right now because of the whole Levita thing. How do you feel about that? Like, do you actually agree with Dallas about the whole
What do you
Maddie putting up Levita as a selfish move, or do you think it was better for actual long-term game?
I don't think it was better for a long-term game. I think maybe if she made this move like 3 weeks from now, it would have been a great move.
Yeah.
And I think even you would agree with that.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Because at least where the game stands right now, they don't have the numbers to get the people they want out of the house.
Yeah, they need like
Right.
a certain group, but it's
Yeah.
not looking good.
So with Levita gone, the number just
It's
dwindling.
Yeah. So Nikki says she was surprised. Maddie is a dangerous friend. Everything she says is a lie. Go on, Nikki. Cassandra says Maddie's coming after them.
We'll talk about Nikki more later.
Yeah, Nikki has some great edits. Anyone could be her target because Maddie's more of a question mark. Dallas is definitely going after Jared and Raul. Cassandra says it's best for her game. And we get some, like, while the episode's going on, we get to see Levita's family and we get to see Kelsey's family.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm upset because Levita has a boyfriend.
Well, to be frank with you, Chris, I already knew that.
I did not. I'm just kidding. No. Dreos.
Wait, did you really not know that, or are you kidding?
No, I really didn't know it. But
You really didn't know that?
No.
So they mentioned this on the feeds like a few times.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I know.
Anyways,
Chris is jealous.
I'm
Chris is so jealous.
I'm jelly right now.
So, Levita's boyfriend, if you're watching this,
and
that's your competition.
Levita's boyfriend Andrea says that Kelsey made the worst game move ever. No.
Maddie.
Said that Maddie made the worst game move ever, and I agree.
Of course. and Chris agrees.
I agree. Levita's boyfriend. I agree with you.
Levita's other boyfriend also agrees.
Boyfriend number 2. Season 1 finalist gives Kelsey and Levita advice. Some cowboy who won season 1, or I think was one of the finalists from season 1 of Big Brother Canada. I'm not really too sure about him. They have to hide like 100 poker chips in the whole entire house. Kelsey puts a couple of poker chips on maxi pads. Levita hides them in a condom box, which I thought was pretty funny.
Interesting.
And
I wonder if Ramsey saw that.
So the house was divided into 2 teams, white and black. The white team was Joel, Ramsey, Real, Felipe, and Cassandra, and the black team was everyone that wasn't them. So the team who wins gets a special reward. A black team gets 36 out of 50, but white team gets 46 out of 50. And they win a VIP cocktail party with the cowboy who was a season 1 finalist who gave Kelsey and Levita chips to hide in the whole house.
Right, so they got locked in like a room. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
they had like a whole platter full of like turkey, ham, and
Word. I saw in like the live feeds or whatever. I saw Nikki like standing outside of the door, like saying, "You guys are gonna save me a drink, right?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, Nikki, that's great. Please,
Oh, yeah.
please keep being you."
And the losers have to clean the whole house.
Oh,
So moving on.
it's upsetting. I think.
So we have a really awkward scene going on. We talked about this before.
Oh, boy.
Tim said that he would be honored if Maddie and Ramsey got it on in the head of household room.
Before we talk about this, I was watching this along with everyone else on the live feeds, and let me tell you, this was... So let me give you a little bit more information on this, because Maddie and Ramsey, whatever, like, they were going to meet up. I'm sure they only showed them together, right?
Yeah.
Before that, they had, like, Ramsey walking around, like, the house with Maddie just waiting upstairs for him for, like, 45 minutes. Like, it was great. Ramsey was just, like, walking around the house, talking to everyone. Like, he was avoiding Maddie. And I posted something funny on Twitter. I said that every minute Ramsey doesn't go up to see Maddie, he gets a little higher on Jokers. Gets a little higher. And then he ended up seeing her. And what happened?
Yeah, and so this. Ramsey, you're getting 3 points now. This is great. We're getting up there. No, Ramsey's finally making himself useful. Okay. Thank God. 3 points is great. Ramsey finally is starting to make sense. He says that he can't be in a showmance with Maddie, and I actually do agree with Ramsey on this one. He says that there's a time and a place for everything.
But not now.
But not now, because obviously showmances like Jared and Kelsey are getting, broken up. And
they get picked off.
So Ramsey doesn't want that first game. He knows it's terrible. So what he tells Maddie when they're close together, day 60 is the day that they kiss, so they wouldn't seem like they would be threatening. And day 60 is like another month from now. So that makes complete sense, actually.
And let's face it, neither of them are making it to day 60.
Yeah.
Or at least Maddie isn't. For people that think Maddie, I don't think anyone thinks Maddie. I mean, let's face it, no one thinks Maddie's making
Unless
it
the
to
house
60.
completely flips and Levita comes back and just fucks shit up and puts...
Watch Levita comes back, her and Maddie form a final two. Oh my god, that'd be ridiculous.
Well, Levita and Kelsey know everything. I honestly cannot wait for one of them to just fuck everything up. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, they're going home real quick though. There's no way there's thing.
So Tim... wow, what the fuck? Oh, Tim thinks that Dallas is playing a very independent game right now, and from the episode he says he deserves to be here.
Yeah.
Levine and Kelsey are, while this is going on, they're trying to come up with a plan when they go back inside the house. It's very vague. We don't really get to see what they're going to be doing.
Sorry to interrupt, but to talk a little bit more about Tim's decision. I feel like it was mostly Cassandra that was responsible.
Yeah.
Because Cassandra was always petitioning the house or whatever to kind of vote out Maddie the whole week, basically, ever since she was put up. So I think it was Cassandra. That's why I said Cassandra is kind of...
Yeah, Cassandra is kind of like the glue attached to Tim, but also Nikki is kind of like the personal glue that's attached to Tim.
Yeah.
So it's Tim is getting his personal information from Nikki, and is getting the strategic aspect from Cassandra.
I saw a few posts on Twitter when the three of them were together in the HOH room, and they're like, oh wow, they were like, oh wow, this is even more annoying than when Jared, Raul, and Kelsey were in the HOH room together. I was like, oh man, that sounds awful.
All right, so
I'm not putting this on.
Cassandra says, what would happen if they kept Dallas is that Dallas would definitely be going after Jared. And it's making a very valid point about saying that by getting rid of Maddie, they would have a target out. They wouldn't have a target. Fuck you. They wouldn't have a target. No, whatever. But what happens is that he says that. She says that the target won't be on them.
Yeah.
Felipe, Nick, Mitch, and Joel. Mitch was in there too while the conversation was happening.
Right.
Figures. Jared tells Maddie that there are people trying to go against her. Cassandra, he's saying it's Cassandra. Who fucking cares?
Maddie wasn't really campaigning too hard though.
No, pulled Kelsey pretty much.
Well, Kelsey
until the very end, until the very last part of it, which I want to get to.
Yeah.
Maddie says to Cassandra, "Oh wait, hold on, I'm skipping through." Okay, so that pretty much covered that part. Getting to the votes now. Arista says please, Maddie, make your statement. Maddie says that her only target in the house, and says that while her speech is going on, is Maddie's only target is Cassandra, and says to Cassandra, "Your ass is grass," sits down in front of the whole entire house.
Wow.
It was great. Dallas gets up and he says that his only targets are Jared and Real, and says it in front of the whole house. And this was great. I loved it. It's great TV. I was very entertained that they're just saying who their targets are, because it's interesting. They're not playing both sides because they know that shit's not gonna fly anymore. Everyone knows the whole manipulation thing's going on, so fuck it. If I say who my targets are, it's gonna be easier for people to realize that I'm
And they knew exactly who to cater to, because like Jared and Raul was kind of like trying to get Dallas out.
Yeah, so he knew those two weren't going to vote for him anyway. So
And Cassandra was the one that kind of started the whole thing to get Maddie out.
Yeah. So the votes happen. 8 people are voting. If it's a tie, it's up to Tim.
And Tim said he was going to vote out Maddie.
From what he said.
From what he said, but it's Tim.
So what happens is Joel votes out Maddie. Nick and Felipe vote out Maddie. Jared obviously votes out Dallas. Mitch votes out Dallas. Raul votes out Dallas. Cassandra votes out Maddie. And then it comes down to Nikki and Ramsey. Ramsey votes out Dallas, so now it's a tie. And it's up to Nikki. Nikki...
Well, it's 4-3.
Well, I'm sorry, 4-3. Nikki votes out Dallas. Why? Why is that?
I don't know.
Why is that a good move? Oh, and I also want to add one thing. When Cassandra went to go cast her vote to evict, I'm gonna interpret. Hold on, I went to the same way that she did it. She's like, "Hi, Arissa. Please cast your vote to evict. I vote to evict. What's her name? Maddie. Oh yeah, her. I vote to evict her. All right, thank you, Arissa. It was really funny. It just we don't know if like that was intentional, but it probably like
it was probably
obviously she knows who Maddie's name is.
I think she knows who Maddie's name is. What do you guys think? In the polls below, please
In
comment
the comments below. How do you feel about that?
Do you think Cassandra actually forgot Maddie's name? Let us know below, everyone. Please like.
So unfortunately, Dallas gets evicted by a 5-3 vote.
Yeah.
Says that he wish it would have aligned with other people. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah,
it just is what it is, unfortunately. And
it is unfortunate.
Yeah. So then Dallas finds out about the faked double eviction.
He did not look too thrilled.
He didn't look too thrilled because he thought he was going to come back in the house, but then he found out that Levita and Kelsey were sequestered in like the hotel suite or whatever.
A lot of people like on Twitter were like, "Oh, that's not really fair."
Yeah,
that's what they felt. But even if they left it up to a vote to the House, like even if Dallas was in the mix, I don't think he would have gone back.
No,
probably not.
Whatever. So the wild card twist is revealed to the House.
Mitch's face
got terrible.
Maddie's face.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. I was so happy.
Jared says,
I didn't watch the episode, so I don't know.
While this is going on, everything's revealed. Jared says, what? So they're going to be HOH too? Makes a sarcastic remark. And then while it's going on, Cassandra and Maddie are sitting next to each other awkwardly, we think. Not really. They're like, we need to work together to get one of those girls out. And Maddie's like, yeah, definitely. Tim is heard everything and is upstairs, and Tim's like, Cassandra, can you repeat what you just said? That was really, really funny. Cassandra's like, what did I say? He's like, you two are gonna work together. Yeah, okay. For the whole house, it was so great. It was so funny. Tim's like, yeah, okay, like you two are gonna work together.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like they just say it in front of like the whole house.
Like this is like such like a weird season because everything's so out in the open. I mean, some things are out in the open. At least this week was. I'd say. But it was just a weird week, I would say.
I don't know who the fuck. They've been in the house for like 30-something days. You're just like,
they get a little stir crazy.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Like they're sequestered and they're just like losing their mind. Like whatever, fuck it, I'm not winning this.
Be like, yo, let's work together to get one of them out. But I'm really gonna backdoor you, all right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so that's all I got for those episodes. Before I want to talk about some live feed updates. Prior to that, before the votes happened, there was something that happened in the live feeds that really caught my interest, and it involved Felipe and Nick they wanted to keep Dallas in the house. Jared was pissed off. Joel was in the room too. Jared was talking about having Dallas. Like, Jared was pretty much saying that Dallas would go into the finals if he stayed in the house. They completely disagree with that. Joel has no idea where Maddie's staying. That's why Joel's voting Maddie out of the house. And there was a really big discommunication between the two of them. Well, all four of them, technically speaking. It was pretty insane.
Okay. Well, sounds rather interesting.
Yeah.
Another little bit of news, and maybe this is just something I saw on Twitter, but, like, Dallas kind of called out Mitch... Raul and Jared, they're saying that they're now the new threesome in the house. Like Dallas acknowledged it to like the whole.
Who's
house.
the new threesome?
Dallas, Mitch, Jared, and Raul. Like Dallas just
No,
like
I don't see that.
no, that's what's happening.
Isn't I feel like Joel, Mitch, no, Joel.
Why did they vote opposite ways this week?
Well, because Joel thought it was better for his game to get.
Okay, guys. So if you watch sorry, Chris, but definitely the new threesome in the house. In my opinion, maybe Chris disagrees with me.
No, I agree. That was discussed. Those three people.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely those three because Mitch always goes to fucking Jared with every little bit of information because he's a little rat. You know, he's playing like the Andy game back in BB15. Yeah. Even Andy admitted that. He's like
on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter. And he's like, I think Andy's like, yeah, he's like me, only maybe a little more liked. I think that's what he said. Mm-hmm. Andy fans don't hate me. I'm not sure if that's what he said, but maybe that's just what I thought.
Now we're gonna be talking about some reality room news.
Yep, that's right, guys. So, Chris, what kind of news do we have today?
So I have a couple of news today. So Big Brother Canada has officially opened their
opened up their what,
opened up their calendar. Yeah, so Big Brother Canada 4, the house guests made a calendar. They had some pictures for calendars, and you can look in that in the website. You can go on the website, you get a calendar, and it's pretty funny actually. They have like different pictures for different holidays. Like they're all like the December one. They're just wearing like all Eskimo hats. It's pretty funny. You can look at the picture right here. We're going to be showing the picture right now. Look,
here's a picture.
Here's a picture.
Unless Chris forgets, but I don't think.
Here's October, November, December,
March,
and March.
And March.
And that is the Big Brother Canada 4 calendar. If you guys want to download it, you can download it for free.
I'm not particularly interested in this particular subject. However, you might be.
If you want this calendar, you can download it as a PDF file.
February.
So remember, okay, so some juicy news. Remember last week when we were talking about...
Nope. Sorry, keep going.
Remember last week when we were talking about... The Price is Right, James and like the whole crew, they're gonna be in The Price is Right.
Yep, I do.
Which has been announced. Disney Box is gonna be in there. I think Julie Chen's also gonna be there too.
Ooh,
there's gonna be some interesting stuff going on.
Hashtag
so
Julie.
I'm on Snapchat, looking at a couple of things. I see Jason Roy's Snapchat. He seemed like he was really pissed off. Like, he was just pissed off that, like, he never gets invited to anything. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but he just never gets invited to anything. No one on the East Coast gets invited to, like, all these events.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, after the show ends, you become a reality star.
I mean...
And, like, how would you feel if, like, they just didn't invite you to, like...
I mean, it's kind of hard because, I mean, he kind of got out really early.
Yeah.
And, like, the people that are going... stayed for longer, so like that's why I think it's more like
but don't you feel bad? I kind of feel bad for Jason Conner.
Yeah,
he was like a super fan of the show.
Well, I always feel bad for the super fans. I feel bad for Jason for getting out so early.
Yeah, I know.
Paige for getting out.
Paige got fucked over.
If Levita doesn't get back in the house, I feel bad for Levita.
Yeah,
you know, I always feel bad for the super fans.
And it just sucks, but like I just want to bring that up because Jason Roy, he really is like. In my opinion, one of the best reality stars. He works at Stop and Shop. He still works there now. Works his ass off, and he's a true super fan of the show, and I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's got a pretty decent following of fans at least.
Yeah, and like I met him at the Meg Mally's meet and greet, and he was telling me about like how he was like overwhelmed with work and stuff like that, and like fans were trying to like get like pictures with him. He's like, I'm doing something right now. It was like really funny. Like holding boxes up, like trying to move. Like, that's funny.
I'm trying to work.
I'm trying to get this.
I don't want to get fired.
But yeah, Jason Roy still does like he talks about the show. He was talking about Big Brother UK when it was out, and he does reviews with that too. With what's it called? Not Unfiltered Feeds. Whatever. He talks about that.
Whatever it is.
So I want to talk about casting news.
Ooh.
We got two big casting news, kind of. So, Big Brother 18 casting calls are still going out. There's only 7 more casting calls left.
Ooh.
Minneapolis, Oklahoma, Myrtle Beach, Georgia, New Orleans, Texas, and Ohio.
New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah. How do you? I'm getting a weird feeling about these casting calls. They just seem weird. Like,
Yeah, I
the
know
advertising it, like they didn't really advertise it that well. I went to the New York City casting call, and it just doesn't seem like there was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I feel very weirded about that.
I feel like they're just doing it a completely different way this year. I feel like they're trying like a new style, and maybe they just haven't adjusted to properly advertising it that way yet. You know, I think it's a little like
it's very weird. Yeah,
they're doing it at like venues and not doing it like legit anymore.
Yeah.
It's more extemporaneous. I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a little, I don't know. It's a little bizarre, but
it's very weird.
who are we to judge?
I know. Yeah.
We can judge when we watch BB-18.
Big Brother 18. I just thought it was weird because
3
like
months.
last year there was a big turnout, and now this year like there wasn't really that many people there. I don't know if it's because a lot of people like do videos and they're like fuck the casting call or whatever, but
Maybe.
I don't know. I think people feel like they do different things depending on how comfortable they feel.
Perhaps.
And the last news I have is Dan Gieslin news.
Ooh, I love that.
So Dan Gieslin is a huge reality star.
Yes.
He was on Big Brother 10, he was on Big Brother 14. Did a lot better. Personally, I think he did a lot better in Big Brother 10, in my opinion.
Well, the 10 he won, 14 he got second. So obviously he did better in 10.
Yeah. But
He
Dan
walked out with
Gieslin,
more money.
obviously. Dan Gieslin has he's really good with the casting stuff. So if you guys go to his website, howtogetonrealitytv.net, he has a lot of products that he.
Oh, do go on, Chris. Oh,
So,
do go on.
So if you want Dan Gieslin to check your video out,
I want the basic package, Chris.
if you do all three of these, you get a 20% discount. But
No, you
there's
don't.
3 things. No, you don't. The first thing I want to talk about is he has a complete step-by-step guide on how to get on reality TV for $49.99 if you want to pay for that.
It's a bargain, guys.
But that's not all. We have Dan Gieslin's boot camp where he gives you homework on how to get on reality TV, and that's $147.
Wow, that's a steal.
But even better, if you have made your casting call video for Big Brother 18 and you want Dan Gieslin to check out, if you want Dan Gieslin to check out your Big Brother edition video, $397 to check out your video.
Wow, that is a steal. I have to say,
How do you feel about that?
I think I'm gonna get on that right now.
So
Dan, if you're watching this for some bizarre reason, I understand like the capitalist mentality of wanting to make money, so I have no concern that you're doing this. However, because this is also a capitalist society, I can also shit on it. So I don't think many people will pay $400 almost.
But altogether, if you want this altogether with a little discount too, it's $594. So if you possibility of getting on reality TV.
If it helps, every little bit helps.
I
fellas?
I heard about this boot camp thing, and I heard about all this, and I really thought it was like $20 or something.
Yeah, right. I mean,
I'm like when I saw the 397, I was like,
I guess that would be like more.
is it like a supply? You think it's like a supply and demand thing? A lot of people want Dan to check in.
I think it's only like a limited amount of people probably. Like
Yeah.
it's probably like, oh, I'm only accepting X amount.
Fucking, that's a shitload of money.
I mean, a lot of people are probably willing to do it. Like he probably knows that. I mean, he's big in the Big Brother world, big in the reality TV world. He's written books before, and we watched some of his.
I mean, I bought his $20 book. The $20 book was actually all I needed was a $20 book to like actually help me out.
Yeah, I didn't pay any money. I did watch part of his video on YouTube, the free one, and when he
Which one?
I forgot. It was like a 50-minute one or whatever.
Oh, he makes weekly videos. Dan Gieslin.
It was the one like how to get on Big Brother basically, or reality
okay.
TV.
And I believe that's it, guys. Big Brother 18. Go to these open casting calls. Make a really great audition video.
Yeah.
Make it funny, diverse. Diverse is the big thing. Make it different. they're trying to look for different people this season. I did a lot of news on this shit.
Yep.
And you gotta like make yourself a stereotype somehow. Make yourself a lot different than the people that are applying for the show. 'Cause it'll increase your chances of getting on.
Because everyone's their own person. Oh boy, that was gay. Anyway. Woo! I'm gonna get shit for that.
Oh my god.
Well, who watches the end of the video anyway? All right, so welcome. So this has been Reality Room Podcast.
With Paul and Chris.
Until next time, fellas.
See you later, Gator.